Hello and welcome to Talk Sports. Today is a beautiful, exciting day in the world of sports because I tell you a lot is happening and we're excited as Nigerians, being the fact that we're Nigerians. I tell you because Nigerians are making us proud. Go girl child. It is right what to say, but I'm really excited to be on Talk Sport because I'm a female child and women are doing us great in sports. I'll tell you more about that in the course of the program. But it's Talk Sports on Global TV. I am Anita Patrick. I won't be doing this alone today. I have my man, my right winger here with me, in person of Samuel Odi. Samuel is here with me. I'll be talking. But Sam, how are you feeling this Monday morning?
I'm very excited looking at the weekend. You know, it seems the ladies always make us smile.
I'm sharing already.
The ladies make us smile into a new week. When it
you.
comes to the weekend, it's just super exciting things happening outside basketball, track and field. We're seeing excellence. We're also Nigeria stars.
You should start cheering us up now.
At least
the girl child.
I think
rule the world.
Well, let's say it's a they say who runs the world? Beyonce. What did she say again?
No, let's do the video now. But let's tell you that we have a lot lined up for you on Talk Sports this morning. But let's Sam is going to take us on the updates on the latest happenings in the world of sport. We'll just give you all the rundown. But stay with us. We'll come back and give you all the rundown after this timeout. Don't go anywhere.
Yes, many thanks for staying with us. Very interesting time out there, and we're having sweet conversation. And you know, the women are already ruling over the world of sports. But now, still talking about another beautiful Nigerian woman who is making us proud. Outside the basketball court and outside the football pitch, talking about Nigeria's record holder, being Amusan. That name kind of gave me chills because that lady always jets off so fast as she clicks another record holding and wins the qualifiers that is currently ongoing in Lagos, as they are all set to go make Nigeria proud at Tokyo come September as the World Championship for track and fields, as they are getting themselves superb and very, very ready. So we'll see how all of this pans out. Remember earlier in the couple of months ago, in the month of March, April and May, June and July, Toby Amusan was literally traveling all over the world, you know, getting themselves ready. She went to Jamaica, set a new record, and also she has done the same thing again here in Nigeria. So I want to talk to the queen of sports herself, as you know, women, like I said, are making us proud. What's her reaction to Toby Amusan, you know, setting another world record, beating her own self? Can you imagine that?
You know, I was really excited, Samuel, when I came on. I was like, women are making us proud as Nigerians. And Toby Amusan, we know her already. She's someone who's been very up on her game. She doesn't give lapses. She keeps up with the training, and she's always wanting to go better than the last time she comes up on the track. And being the queen of the track for us right now, that's great because we've seen her grow through the time. Looking at her timing on the field, she just wants to tell you that I'm ready to change the narrative. I'm ready to grow beyond what I am. I'm trying to ensure that come Tokyo, they should be waiting for what is coming for them because the narrative will have to change.
Yes, the narrative is changing because it's no joke, because like I said earlier, she sets the record for herself and beats herself.
Exactly.
So she pushes herself. The last time we saw something like this now was the likes of Usain Bolt.
Exactly.
Who always sets a target for himself. Every year he comes and he beats himself. And then she said he is her mentor. So you know, an apple does not fall far.
Exactly. And then the good thing about this is I tell people, when you want to see yourself reach the peak or the set goal you set for yourself, it's about self-development. Over time, check what you have done and how you can improve and do better. If a time record was, for instance, like she's done, you saw what she got in her own time record, she's just telling herself that it can be better.
Yes.
The narrative can change. So I tell people, when you have a passion, keep to it, develop yourself so that people can also look up to you, because like you said, Usain Bolt is our mentor.
Yes.
So if you're looking at someone who can do better, you can do better. A teacher can train a student, and students can get better. And so that's what is playing right now for her.
1 or 2 for the teachers.
Exactly.
That's great. So I think that we have another excellent man who is also making us proud.
Yes, I know you're going to smile like that now, but don't get your head so swollen right now. Yes, we have a man who's also setting the records. He's also the fastest man right now at this 2023 2025 National Athletics Trials. Israel Okon, I'm a bit proud. Let me do it.
I know. Everything is falling towards your direction today.
Israel Okon in the men's 100 meters final of the 2025 Road to Tokyo National Athletics Trials at the Tartan track of the Yaba College of Technology in Lagos on Saturday lived up to the expectation as the finalists raised the tempo to the highest level, leaving the crowd on their feet. Within the seconds of the race, Israel Okon became the brand new national champion.
Yes.
So that's to tell you that these people are setting the goal because Tokyo. I wanted to put now.
like Tokyo go hot.
Tokyo is going to be hot because I'm going to imagine them doing this at the 100 meters. That's to tell you what's going to happen at the 4x4 level when we have all fast athletes on the Peter State. The Athletics Federation are also upping their game to tell you that we need to change the narrative with athletics. Come Tokyo, we have to pack all the gold. And I'm really cheering them up with all we have so far.
And with everything we have so far now, it's just interesting because I like what the Athletic Federation of Nigeria is doing. If you're like even the likes of Ezekiel Natania, who runs in the 400 meters hurdle, also they did excellently well in the qualifiers. And then I like what, like I rightly mentioned, I like what the Athletic Federation of Nigeria are doing. If you're flying and then beating records everywhere, you have to come back home and prove yourself that yes, this green, white, green that I want to go and wear in another man's land.
We're giants.
We're giants. You don't have to go and make us look like cubs instead of lions and eagles that we're known for. So I think it's very, very interesting to see what is happening as your ladies made us proud again yesterday.
I've been sharing these ladies.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
When I saw that game, I'm like, really? Let me allow you to
okay, let me spill it for you. They said ladies first, but this time around
no, I'm giving you.
Let me just go ahead.
Take
so
the
Tigress yesterday made us proud by winning their 5th consecutive, that is back to back, just like what Man City did back in the day. They won the 5th consecutive Afro women basketball tournament, which happened in Ivory Coast. And this marked the 7th that the country has. They are on their way to their own Mission X. And then this 5th one was won, the 5th consecutive time, back to back. Mr. President himself and the First Lady has applauded them as they defeated Mali 78-64 to extend their lead. This is very, very interesting as Nigeria extended their dominance in African women's basketball Sunday, defeating Mali 78-64 in Ivory Coast to win record consecutive FIBA Afro Women's title. The triumph not only embattled their dominance over the continent, but also broke Senegal's 4-in-a-row streak from 1974 to 1981, establishing Nigeria as the first side in history of the championship to win 5 consecutive times. These ladies were not playing.
When it comes to diligence, when it comes to consistency, when it comes to an A game, just give it to these ladies. They've been there, they've been pushing the ground, ensuring that this narrative of consistency. What I'm happy about is the fact that the women didn't do badly, and then talking about the fact that you have a motivation that keeps you, that if you've been on the top, you can't drop your standard. So that was one of the things I saw with these girls when they were playing in the basketball pitch. They just played and ensured that they brought the narrative, the history. One thing is when you have dominance, winning is not easy to keep the maintenance of winning. But when you know that you're a winner, people will go for you, people will want to tear you down. But so you need to know that it's a lot of hard work, and these girls sweat blood, if I could use the word blood.
Actually saw one of the indoor trainings. Coach Rena Wakama wasn't going easy at them.
She can't.
Oh, because I was opportune to watch them train before they left for Abidjan from here, Abuja. Coach Wakama wasn't like giving, though most of these players play in the WNBA, like they are not babies.
Not at all. They are professionals.
They are professionals. So, but she comes at them with very high momentum and made them understand that, see, you don't have to miss anything. Even if you're down, we saw the way they started. You know, they came from behind, they lost the first quarter, struggled in the second quarter, but third and fourth quarter, was the time. You know, if you still have the gas, you have the juice. So we'll definitely bring you highlights of those games, shortly. But basically, as it stands now, these ladies were great. Now let's move on still and talk about another Nigerian who also is part of the team. I think this morning is just for the ladies. Ami Nena Okoronko became the second, won the best player for the second time. She won last year and she's winning it again this time around. Rena Wakama, coach, took them to the AFCON last year. I said AFCON now. Afro Basketball Championship last year, winning it last year, and again doing the same thing and going through strong, hurdles to be able to win this championship. And they almost looked as if they were, slacking, but still they find the juice. The
interesting thing about this, Samuel, is that the Tigress have seen mentorship. Like you said, you saw them train before they left for Abidjan for all their games. They've shown that the coach also took her time to mentor them on consistency, on persistence, on hard work, on maintaining the title, because she's also trying to make a name for herself as a coach. So it has shown that no matter what you do, if you have the right people, the right backing, it shows. And then they had a mental stability for me, if you ask, because no matter what it was like for them during the game, they told themselves, we have a mark, we have something to prove to the world, prove to Africa for us, and also prove to the world we're professionals. Doesn't mean people won't gun us down, but the coach made them see reasons where your name needs to be written in gold. And it played out exactly in their games. It doesn't matter how far or how they were beaten the first quarter, the second quarter. You saw the way they fought so hard. Even at semi-finals, even with
Senegal at some point.
Gave them a tough one as well.
At some point, Senegal was beating Nigeria. Was it the Tigress? Senegal was beating the Tigress around 15-2 in the first quarter. Then it looked as if it's just like a street pickup games of babies or in primary school. But still, afterwards, they woke up.
They woke up sincerely. That was just the whole thing. So it shows you that that's why I said for Ami Okonkwo herself, she deserves it. She deserves every bit of it, because if you've been consistent and you've shown hard work, look at her point, 19 points, 9 rebounds, and she hits 4 3-pointers
in a row.
I remember playing basketball in school, and the excitement is when you get that 3-pointer,
because you have to put extra
lot of work,
extra calculation, and your wrist too has to be.
And she played full 40 minutes of the whole game. She got it.
The only time she got to rest was during timeout, and timeout is just 10 seconds. So tell me, how are you going to catch a break?
That's not breath. You can't. That's not any breath at all, because it shows that she's told herself, I'm leading this team, and this team must make a mark. Looking at the difference, 78-64, 12 points.
A whole lot.
A whole lot.
It's a whole lot. But for you sitting at home, just in case you did miss the game, we've packaged, we are very good people over here. We've packaged the highlights for you, so you could just, have a glimpse of what we are talking about on WAFCON 2024 finals, where Morocco edged them first in the first 5 minutes 2-0, and then they came back and maintained steeze and composure. Defeating them 3-2, and then we saw our ladies, the Tigress, as well, maintaining steeze and composure still when they were losing out, and then came back victorious to win the title, 5th consecutive Afro Basketball Championship trophy for themselves, and then now they are on their way to Mission X, as they have concluded their 5-time consecutive win. So looking at those angles now, there's just so much that needs to be done, and then we are seeing that happen. Coach Wakama also doing excellently well in her job as the current head coach of the Tigress squad.
Samuel, I tell you, Wakama is doing very well, because she came in 2023, where she won the first game for Afro basketball for the female team, the Tigress, which has shown that the women can change the narrative. Just give them opportunity. I'm not speaking like a woman advocate right now. I'm just saying that let's always give opportunity to those who we see the passion and the drive that can bring the A game to every bit of sports. Apart from talking about the Tigress and this basketball, Afro basketball, let's look at generally sports. Let's look at creative thinking. Let's look at coaching, mentorship that can groom people from the grassroots. Even though we have these girls playing as professionals, but they started from somewhere, and then building up to the particular stage where they are right now, and somebody coming to find the balance, then fine tune them to become the eyes of the world to see that we can do better, even at the global stage, no matter what it is. That's what Wakama has shown. And for the fact that she has done the first time and the second time, we deserve to give her a hand of applause to say, well done.
The first wasn't a fluke.
it wasn't a fluke. You know, the first time when you give someone a thing like, can this person even do this? Can this person maintain the standard? Because I know when the Basketball Federation had their crisis and back and forth, you know, trying to fix the house, there's a whole lot happening. But she came in and ensured that the female basketball team is stable.
And again, kudos to these ladies, because most of them play in the WNBA.
Exactly.
Now they are patriotic Nigerians. They are not coming just because of the money. Because
no.
These ladies are billionaires.
Exactly.
Like, their contracts runs into millions of dollars.
So I tell people, let passion first come in.
Yes.
Because you know, when sports started at the grass level in those days, let's say in the 90s and thereabouts, when you had let's talk about related to the football and other games, we saw passion, pure passion playing out. But these days, yes, we want the funds to come in, because sports has moved from just being sports to business. There's a lot of business attached to it, which is changing the narrative, and people are excited. A lot of private partners coming to partner and see that we move on better. So we encourage more of that creative and technical administration playing out for our sports, because that will give us a lot of developments, change the sports to the narrative of business fully if the private partners come to join fully. Don't forget that with all the excitement in a celebratory post on X, we had the president, an official the president Bola Tinubu lauded the players, saying and their superb performance was exciting, and he can't wait to see them. He can't wait to receive them. He has reaffirmed the unwavering support of the Nigeria as a whole to the squad, and to ensure that sports get the best of it. So a lot of people have been saying, let me read this tweet first. This is what the tweet said. It said, well done, Coach Rena and the team. You have made Nigeria proud. I am expecting you all along with the trophy. And then we have the hashtag of Mission V right now, done and dusted. He signing off with his initials B-Bat. You know, so the Tigress victory has cemented their dominance in Africa's women's basketball, extending a remarkable winning streak that began in 2017. So I'm looking at what's going to happen when they come in. Are we expecting some dollars rain?
That's what we should be expecting right now, because you know they've done well. They've done well, even if they don't get to the magnitude of the Tigress, based on the fact that the Tigress, the Super Falcons rather, had won 10 consecutive. So at least
they don't have the beat.
They've done 5
and 10,
and then 5 and 10. No, now they actually have 7 in total.
Yes. So it's almost the same.
So
that's where that's where hard work is paying off. They've shown that we stay at the top. We can consistently stay on this, and that's going to cost a lot of hard work, more hard work. Like we know how we do it here. When you do well, it's more work. Hard work means more work.
My boss will always say, our GM will always say,
hard work is more work.
Hard work is additional to, like, the more you work, the more you work again. So there is no room for rest.
So it's ability to stay on the top and remain there. But I'm excited for the ladies, and I hope that they keep sustaining the tempo going, because that's one thing that keeps you at the top and makes you remain the champ in Africa and across the globe. Because don't forget that a lot of teams will be watching out their video clips to see how they played, what made them unique, what made the narrative change, what made them stand tall despite the hitches here and there at the different quarters where they played. But so they need to up their game. I trust Coach Rena, of course. She's not going to give up on this. She's going to sit back and grind
hard.
Grind really hard.
Like I would say, the reward of hard work here is more work. So talking about more work, Galatasaray unveils Victor Osimhen officially at the Rams Park as the final conversation around his transfers have been settled, and we saw the work that he did for Galatasaray, scoring around 30 plus goals in 41 appearances and also creating assists. Now they've pulled all the strings that they needed to pull. That's talking about Galatasaray, and paid the huge sum of 75 million euros, which is a release clause for Victor Osimhen. That has been paid off. Now Victor Osimhen is set to continue his run with Galatasaray. So looking at it now, based on the previous work and results that he had, they are expecting more results, like what we just said. But looking at it now, do you think Victor Osimhen is going to? Well, I don't think I should be asking that question.
He
should do well.
I look at you because Victor Osimhen has been a fantastic player over the years, and he has done well, even from the time when he was under 17 when he played for the team. So you see what I always talk about, consistency. That's why I always keep on the word on consistency, because if you're consistent, I saw a passionate video where he finished playing, and then at some point you saw the fans, you know, coming to embrace him. It shows that he has won the hearts of his fans, and they are doing very well. They're excited. That's why you've seen his targets getting to the millions of pounds. You can't take away from him, because that's hard work. He's putting the energy. So I would not expect less for him going into this concluded deal right now. Well, so he's going to do very strong.
Well, he's doing strong already, because he's looking to make, before he gets onto the pitch, he's looking to make the club around 21.5 million euros already, from just fans signing box, buying of jerseys,
because he's shown compassion with people,
which is going down in history. You know, that nothing left, no weakness, anything like that in the Turkish league. And then he made promise to them when he came in November from loan from Napoli. He said, I'm going to win you guys a trophy while I'm on loan.
Okay.
So now imagine now that I'm now sitting down in the chair as a family member. That means there will be a whole lot of work, and you guys should expect more from Victor Osimhen. So looking at these angles now, Victor Osimhen is actually looking very, very good, and he's definitely going to, you know, push the narrative and see how far he will be able to help the Turkish outlets that's talking about Galatasaray now win more trophies, and we'll see what the 2025-2026 season will look for them.
All right, while we're looking at all of those things, we have one of our someone who's standing by with us to join us to talk about all of these things and give us his own inputs on what he thinks. We'll talk about, he's going to dwell on and Samba, we're talking about the Victor, but let's quickly move away. Still talking about women, while we get our guest to join us via Zoom. He's going to join us briefly. Let's see what's happening right now. We also have the National Women's Soccer League ongoing as well, which just happened. We also have a female making us proud, like I mentioned. Yes. We have the Super Falcons Forward Gifts Monday. Bagged her 5th goal of the National Women's Soccer League season at Washington Spirit, secured a hard-fought 2-1 win over Portland Thorns on Sunday at the Audi Field. That's just, and on Monday opened the scoring in the 17th minute, giving the hosts an early lead and setting the tone for revenge against the Thorns, who had beaten them in June 2-0 back in June. Yes. So this what I'm trying to say is this whole thing shows that the resistance we have it's just a good one. Like,
you know, if you have the first laugh, that, you know, they always say he who laughs last laughs best. So we are seeing all of this trajectory, like both home and abroad. These people always represent, and not just represent by saying, okay, you are like part of the B team and then you lead the pack in the B team. They lead the entire pack. So seeing all of this now, Gift too was around for WAFCON, and then we saw her own contribution
as well.
So
very well.
So she did well. She was excellent. She was amazing. So looking at her now continuing scoring the first goal in the first, I think in the first 20 minutes.
Yes.
In the first 20 minutes she scored, and then that is a morale booster for every other teammate that needs to wake up, because one, this lady has been busy representing her country, coming back to play at this point and also score. That means every other person needs to wake up and then, you know, do more.
I don't think that this is making her 11 appearances with 5 goals and 1 assist in her name, showing that she knows what she wants.
She knows her onions.
You understand? She knows her onions, and then she plays the Nigerian forward who was that found the nets in June during the 3-1 victory over the North Korea Courage. That shows that let's just give it to our women. I think we should just clap for them.
I think they deserve it. They deserve it. I think under the renewed hope agenda, we are seeing lots of transformations
going went for sports, and that should keep going, because we see across the field. Don't forget, we're talking about grassroots development. We talked across all fields. We saw the arm wrestling. We saw the chess players from the grassroots.
Yes.
We've seen the sport Falcons also changing the narrative. Now we've seen the Tigress, and now we have this one, so the beach soccer. So telling you that
they don't come play. They are not here to play. Just like someone very popular in the social media space will say, don't play.
No, don't play at all. When it comes to serious business,
yes,
let's keep the serious business going. Let's not change the narrative. When it's time to play, let's play hard.
Yes.
When it's time to do the professionalism and bring our A game, because we have the talent.
We do have the
We have
talent.
the passion. We have the zeal. We can make things better, and give us the fame. We shouldn't just bear the giant of Africa on our lips. Let's show it, which is what is playing out right now. And don't forget, the Tigers also coming in today.
Yes, they're
coming in today, and we're looking forward to the reception and giving them the cheering them more to more victory, and we look forward to the dollar reign, hopefully.
Equivalent of the dollar reign in naira.
Okay,
yes,
we look forward to all of that coming in for them. And also, let's not forget the technical team. They've also done well to see that they give them the morale there and encourage them in their field of play, and ensuring that they didn't give up. One thing is you're playing and someone is cheering you and supporting you mentally, physically, telling you that you can't give up here. This is something you need to take home. This is the trophy you've always craved for, always looked forward to holding, and so that's one thing I think we can do better and make sure that we're doing great.
And this is paving a way for other young ladies too that are daring to dream, that are looking like, okay, this basketball that I'm playing, where will it take me to? So I think it's just an avenue to show them that, okay, there's a lot of work that is in the future. So if you want to, maintain this. During the camp here, we saw the likes of a bit of Ezinne Nwafo, who is currently playing in college basketball, though she didn't get to make it and travel with them based on the fact that she needed to go back to school. That's one of the major reasons why Ren and Wakama had to drop her, because she needed to go back to school. But she was excellent, and she already started, having herself in the mix of this great player. So them passing down the knowledge now is something that is actually going to, show the future of Nigerian basketball, track and field, boxing, football, all of it, arm wrestling and the rest. Because we even saw what just happened in the 14th edition of the arm wrestling championship, African arm wrestling championship, where Nigeria hosted and swept majority of the gold medals and finished up with 833 points. So that is excellent. We are seeing the trajectory. The sports commissioner Shehu Diko was very specific when he was made the chairman
of the sports
he
commission.
says, if we don't develop grassroots, nobody should come talk to him about international competition.
Exactly.
And then we've been seeing the trajectory. We saw Abuja City League, we saw the lawn tennis, competition, all of it grassroots. We saw the national sports games in in Ogun State, excellent. Enugu warming up. We are seeing a whole lot happening in sports now, and
I'm telling
it's
you,
very, very encouraging. And something over the weekend just happened, right? So schools are on break.
Yes.
So
sports.
So my older brother was talking about taking his son to for a school activity. Then the next thing the wife said from her room, his wife said from the room was like, take him to a football academy.
That's what the money is.
She was like, she don't want any classroom activities. Now he should just do outdoor stuff. Then I now asked my nephew, what would you want to do? He said, I love kicking football. And I said, you've heard it. Take him to an academy. It's perfect. So we'll see how all of that pans out as we have, someone standing by to talk to us.
All right, we have our guest standing by. He's ready for us right now. We're ready to take him. We have the Secretary General of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria standing by to speak with us in person of Ikenna Okonkwo. It's good to have you, Ikenna. Can you hear us clear?
Yes, good morning, my dear sister and our brother on set. I'm calling this morning. I've been enjoying your conversation.
All right, thank you, Ikenna. It's good to have you on set. You've heard our conversation. We've been talking about the women making Nigeria proud across board. So let's hear, what do you feel about the big Tigress victory over Mali yesterday? Again, I'm talking about the Tigress. If you can hear me, let's hear what you feel about the women winning the 5th time Afro basketball this time around against Mali, despite the challenges they had in the course of the play. Okay, while Ikenna is trying to get back to us and give us his feelers on how he feels about the game, let's keep our conversation going, Sam. We know we talked about students being on break and it's time for the holidays. A lot of parents are looking forward to changing their activities and keeping, I'm not saying they shouldn't allow them to go to school or have summer lessons or anything playing out for them, but let's see how we can catch them young. Just like you mentioned at the National Sports Festival in August, I was in Abeokuta,
yes,
and then I saw the introduction of the IJA, that's the invited junior athletes, also showed that this thing is beautiful to catch people young. I saw young swimmers, I saw young athletes showing their talent, showing passion, showing that this is something we love and want to build it to a career point. And it was so beautiful to watch them play.
Yeah, very beautiful to watch them play, like you rightly mentioned. But still, let's not forget about the out of school competition going on in Algeria, where Nigerians are actually making us proud. And really the 3x3 basketball championship, we saw them coming out with bronze medal.
Exactly.
First time ever going to participate in an event like that. We saw other activities, track and field too, winning gold medals and all.
Cycling as well.
So all of these are very, very interesting when we see, young talents like that from schools even.
Yeah.
So that means it works both ways.
It works both ways.
It works perfectly because you have your classroom activities, you have your outdoor activities. All of that, helps the mind of the child, and then it pushes the child forward, just in case a 9 to 5 doesn't work out as an athlete. You will be able to feed your family and feed yourself.
I mentioned that I said sport has become full-time business.
Yes.
So with the full-time business right now, you've seen that parents will just look at, if this child has passion for this sport, see, there's no time to play.
Just focus. Buy them the era of past where it has to be just classroom.
Exactly. Classroom and passion should work hand in hand. If the child is passionate about one particular sport, it's good for all parents to put in the energy, but that shouldn't change them from having the education, because education will also sharpen their minds, understand contracts when they're signing, and of course with the guidance of their parents or whoever is going to be there for them. But that's what I've spelled out for even the first Africans with the first edition of it. And Nigeria did not make us feel bad at all. In Nigeria, they make us proud. If you see the highlights of the games from the 100 meters final, when Nigeria produced a commanding gold and silver finish. It was so beautiful to see them. And then we had the likes of Chigozie Rosemary Nwankwo power to victory in a time of 11.76 seconds to clinch the gold medal. So that shows that if we at this point where they are still little and they are growing so fast, and they can maintain the pace, and they have a good coach and with good mentorship to build them their capacity, it shows that the sky is just the starting point for this young lads.
Yes, actually, sky will just be the starting point. That is when we not just leave the job alone for the government.
No. And that's why I talk about the private partnership.
Private partnership is very, very key for all of these young lads. And then if they have all of those supports and facilities, infrastructural development, and all that they need to push forward this career, I think they will be able to do excellently.
And the good thing I like the fact is that the government is also not resting on its oars. They're actually putting in a lot when it comes to the beauty of sports, both from the track to the basketball to all of those things. Looking at the National Sports Commission, they've also contributed their quota in ensuring that every of the competition, every of the games out there, they're ensuring that Nigerians are on the top of it, ensuring that they put in Nigeria in the forefront to see that the mandates given to them is actually exhibiting in the field of play, and then the goals, the trophies are brought back home, showing that they have not failed, even though it's still a work in progress. But it shows that there's resilience, there's the need for growth, there's a need to build expertise and also bring out professionals who represent Nigeria at the global stage and give us the mark which we need if we're good at sports. Everything can climb us. The economy can grow.
Yes, at least, because we can even host and then it will come host.
We've been hosting.
Yes,
We've been hosting.
you know,
That at the African level, just like you said, in the
Yes.
arm wrestling,
We
we had
hosted.
over 20 countries, African countries,
Yes.
here in the Federal Capital Territory
Yes.
participate in the arm wrestling, and it was beautiful to have that sight of
That
people
side of
coming
people,
to
yes, from
the
different
across the, and also had even in Abeokuta as well. Just after they concluded the National Sports Festival, where we had our own, we also have the athletics championship that played out. So we had
yes, the
countries
trials.
coming, and it was a beautiful sight to see that we are moving forward and our sport is adding color and value to Nigeria.
Yeah, that is very, very interesting and very key, and we just want this trajectory to continue like this, and maybe hear someone say, like the likes of the Dangote, switch his attention from Arsenal for a bit, and look for one of the clubs in Nigeria here, and like, okay, I like what these guys are doing. Can I own it? That's what all these billionaires do. They'll see a team that is playing well, and then like, okay, I want to own this team. So let's hope and see that the same thing happens to help aid and boost the grassroots sports development in Nigeria, which Talk Sport and Global Television is a very big fan.
Big fan of it. Big
Yes.
fan of it, because if you don't catch them young, at what age do you want to catch them?
That's
the
it.
interesting thing about life right now is the older we get, the younger we are in our minds. Wanna go back.
Because of the innovations happening. Yes.
We want to go back, so it's easier to catch these young lads very early, very tender. Their minds are sharp. I know I was living my baby was talking to me. She said, I need something to play with, and I said, don't worry, we'll think about how to get your minds busy, and we're going to work around all of that. But I'm looking for what passion drives. Like we mentioned, the funds should come in, the business angle of sports should keep speaking, but let's look at those who are talented and how we can groom this young talent and ensure that at the global stage, when they see a young Nigerian who is around the age of 12, 25, 10, 15, 18, making waves, we should be proud and nodding our heads.
And the person should actually be 12, because we saw something that happened during the 2024 African Cup of All Nations, where we saw a bit of some Cameroonian players, having points, they are waiting, but I know it's going to come back to bite them later in the future, because some persons, had to like fortify their age and all based on the fact that, okay, yesterday they didn't start early enough, and then when they started, they are advanced in age, and then that is a problem for them automatically. So I think later on the FA of the Cameroon Football Federation in Cameroon will have to suffer some points deduction, but for now, FIFA and CAF are just watching them to wait when they will bite them hard.
And
so
you know what I like about the fact that the anti-doping thing is also playing out for even our sports here. There's a lot of laws, there's a lot of rules to say that if we catch you, so it has helped a lot of athletes to sit up.
Yes, to sit up.
I have the talent, I have the energy, I have the speed. Let me just keep being consistent in my trainings and ensuring that I up my game, so that the narrative for me would always be for good and not being caught in even though we have some, we still have some bad eggs amongst the good ones. But the truth is, I tell young people, or I tell any athletes, if you had it in you from day one, you can keep it going. Don't get carried away in the course of it and thinking you need a booster or something. Even though it's across all board, where we still have it, not just in Nigeria, we have other people also tend to use taking to. But let's see how we can. Lots of campaigns can go more, and then they can have the mindset fixed that you don't need an enhancer, you don't need anything to keep you in the field of play or on the track, or give you that strength or that push to say it's this alone. It doesn't even speak of you as a professional, because you need to be the best at what you do. You need to be creative. You need to look at your inner self as an athlete to push yourself to stand, because the challenges will come. Challenges will come, trials will come, but it is what you've told yourself you want to achieve that will speak out for you. Just like we have also our footballers playing across the different clubs. They're doing so well. If you see what we have, from what you have, the likes of Osimhen, which you've seen, which we talked about so fully, see that he's also doing very well. The same thing is across other fields of play, where we see our athletes doing fantastic on the field of. Let's also tell you that eyes are also still looking at the 2026 World Cup.
Yes, qualifications are around the corner, and there's a whole lot that needs to be done, by Eric, the current head coach of the Super Eagles, and then a very quick test is starting up for him tomorrow, as the Wafu B team, that's the Super Eagles B team, will be played in the Chan, and then a whole lot of money is there to be won. So this is like a test of the home-based players, and then we'll see how well they can push this Chan championship for 2025, and then we'll see how that will now transit into the remaining qualifiers games that the Super Eagles have ahead of the 2026 World Cup qualifiers, because the next two games that the Super Eagles have, it has to be a must-win for them.
Okay, I'm told our guest is set for us now. Ikena, we're told you're ready for us now. You're ready. Let's quickly have your inputs. Basically, what's your thoughts on the Tigress win over Mali, and how excited are you? Because I know you are he for she.
Yeah, so I've always been a he for she. If nothing else, you know how it's been in the world of sports. We're doing it. Sorry for the outing there, but I mean you have to actually perhaps a network issue. You see, the victory of Nigeria 5 times in a row since 2017 is something else that no other team in Africa has achieved. Senegal being one of the best in Africa, and a country that has also won this particular championship 11 times all time. They have only got to win 4 consecutive titles. So Nigeria has gone one above them, and to me and to everybody, is history broken just yesterday, less than 24 hours. And this team, they have been together with this, with our own coach Wakama, the US-based lady, and a good number of them. The players also based in USA. Just like your co-anchor talked about one of the players, and not only one, I think about 3 or so of them not being able to make it for school reasons, for work reasons. It's very interesting to know. Of course, you said that on set to the viewers that a good number of them, of these players, are both in school while others are also working. You will also know that Sarah, one of them, Sarah, to be pointed in particular, Sarah Ogoke is a medical doctor. I mean, she's practicing medical doctor. Just like what happened, what played out with WAFCON. In the WAFCON team for Nigeria, they are talking about Super Falcons. We have a good number of them who are medical practitioners, and of course some of them who are into accounting, some of them who are into some other things, in some parts of the world. And we also had home-based lads who joined them when they tackled some other teams in that tournament. So it's a glory for Nigeria. It's glory for Africa, because ahead of the World Cup, which they are qualified automatically as the champion of Africa, they are qualified, just like every other continent have produced. I think we have 5 teams that are qualified automatically so far for the World Cup. If you wouldn't mind, maybe let me talk about.
Let's have you talk about it.
Yeah, let me talk about them. We have the host actually being Germany. They have qualified the host. They are the host. They are qualified automatically being the host. Then if you go to Europe, actually, Belgium won their own Eurobasket. What we call Afro basket in Africa, it's called Eurobasket in Europe. So Belgium has won it and they qualified automatically. In the US, talking about South America, is it South America or North America that US is? And so they have qualified for America Cup, or they call it Emery Cup. Emery Cup. They won it this year earlier. So US have it for Emery Cup. And then in Asia, Australia has qualified automatically for the World Cup because they won the Asia Cup also there. Then Nigeria now latest to qualify, being the 5th country to qualify automatically for the World Cup of next year. And so we have 5 countries. 11 other teams that came 2nd, 3rd, 4th in their various continents will be going for what is called World Cup qualifier. That is the World Championship. So from there, they will be able to see what they can do to qualify and join the other 5 that have made it automatically.
Okay, now that's telling you that Nigerians are also looking to be at the A game. That is why you saw us qualify also at that. But let's quickly move our conversation. I know the Tigress are coming into Abuja today and going to meet with the president. Is going to host them. Are we looking forward to dollar rain?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it has to rain because the president himself has spoken, and when the president speaks, he comes with power. So the president spoke immediately after that match last night, and he said, "I'm waiting to receive you. Come on, just like he told the Falcons some days ago. I will welcome you. I wait to welcome you at the seat of power in Nigeria, Abuja, the capital." So these guys, these ladies actually, they are away from Abidjan right now.
Right now, yes. So they'll be here by 12.
Yeah, about now they are on board. They are on board air right now. So anywhere from 12, they will be landing at the prestigious Nnamdi Airport, where some journalists, some administrators, and some friends, fans, and all of that are waiting to receive them.
All right, Ikena, you've seen women doing very well across sports. Let's see what's happening with the national athletics trials quickly because of our time. Let's quickly just wrap up on that. You've seen Amusan doing it again, ensuring that she outdid herself, her regular self. What's your take on that quickly?
So it's a good thing growing, even though, it's a good thing for Maso and Okon coming in to be the fastest man in Nigeria right now after winning the 100 meters, at the weekend there. Also there too, winning that, nobody in this country right now can outdo her when it comes to 100 meters hurdle. So it's expected. In any case, the administration or the organization of this particular national trial has come under serious knocks because the Athletics Federation of Nigeria, we understand, couldn't do much as expected. It started with the venue. They kept changing the venue from Abeokuta to Asaba to Benin, and eventually they held the event in Lagos. So it's been a poor organization. It's been a poor outing for AFN. I just pity these players. These athletes, so to say. Because as a matter of fact, their career is very, very, very important to them. But these administrators, they keep doing things as though they are just getting to start. But the NFL is one of the oldest federations in Nigeria, just like NFL, the Nigeria Football Federation. So the best is expected from them. And so it becomes a challenge when they behave as though they are feeding from hand to mouth, which is not so. Just like NFL, they get their international funding. And in Nigeria, people expect the better things from them.
All right, Ikena, even though I would love you to keep talking to us, but if I leave you talking to us, I trust us, we won't stop talking sports because that's what we do. But I need to let you go because I'm actually out of time. Thank you so much for being a part of this Talk Sports program this morning on Global TV. We look forward to having lots of conversation and hope to see you at the airport.
Hopefully.
Thank you so much.
I'm not far away from the airport actually. So
we'll see you at the airport.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ikena, for your time with us on Talk Sports on Global TV. Good to have you always. All right, Samuel.
That is just so exciting. Great conversation there, and we can't just wait for the dollar to rain for the Tigress as well. It's just very interesting to see that these ladies were very, calm, composed, and sadly, we still have more to talk about, but time. We need to run. We need to run. Thank you so much for being a part of the program today on Talk Sports on Global TV. Don't forget, we're always here with you, always here to give you all the latest updates happening in the world of. Don't forget, Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and on Star Times 276 for you to catch up with us. And also, don't forget to click and like our pages on our social media platform where you can see us there. We have at Global TV Abuja. There you can follow us there on our socials and be a part of the exciting programming we have on our channel. I remain Aniti Patrick Sam. And I am Samuel Odi. You all should just have fun and have a sporty week ahead.